Okay. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to today's political show, the political joint, the political gathering. I welcome you all. Right here in Nigeria, this is about 8 p.m. And I know anywhere you are around the world, you are having just a great day. Welcome to today's edition, Monday, the 6th of March 2023. As you can see, the month is just so fast already. We've gone 6 months already, and we are here. And the year is just tickling down. Okay. So welcome guys to today's edition. Okay, I'll give us about 5 minutes. Let's welcome our guests. Let's get our numbers in before we dash into today's major topic. So welcome. Yeah, let's start sharing. Today's topic will be awesome. Awesome. We have a lot to talk about in the next 1 hour. We have so much to talk about. Wow. So how is the weather out there with you? In Port Harcourt today, it rained. It rained not just once, but twice. But yeah, the heat was just too much and the rain came in and it's doing us a whole lot of good. And yeah, shout out to our fans in California. California is going through a lot right now due to the snow. The snow let them be, and it's just causing so much havoc. I just noticed something with the Americans, or will I say the Calis. I noticed that insulin, getting their insulin is a major issue right now. They are really complaining. And I just begin to wonder. Yeah, I've not been to California before, but I'm just like, why is it that they complain so much about insulins out there? More like the pattern out there is something to go study, because right here in Nigeria, I can count how many persons. Do I even know anybody that is taking insulin here in Nigeria? But yeah, we have our issues. In Nigeria, anybody asks right now, the problem right now is mostly about Naira. Having access to Naira is a big issue down here. So welcome guys. It will be a lovely day out there. We have so much to talk about. And yes, please guys, this is election season in Nigeria and we are facing so much challenges right now. And one of the major challenges we are facing right now is fake news. Fake news is really taking its toll. So just yesterday, somebody posted something about P2B Soludo is governor of Anambra State and former central bank governor. That's the central bank governor from Anambra. He was involved in a fake news about him vowing to kill P2B. Man, I saw that news and I was, why would somebody be coming up with such news? A news that has no writer attached to it, no name, no publisher, nothing. But the news was just making so much ground. And thankfully, some news agencies, some bloggers came out to debunk that news, and that has gone down. But you know, this kind of fake news, when they spread and they can cause so much havoc on the image of the person that the news is targeted at. Yeah, welcome guys, welcome guys, welcome guys. Okay, 3 more minutes and we hit the ground running. So today we'll be talking about the winners and the losers of the National Assembly elections. There's a whole lot to talk about. There's a whole lot to talk about. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome, 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 guys. Mm. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, in today's news, I want. Hello. Hello, please join our conversation, Mr. George. The time is here. Come up, come up, come up, come up, come up. Yeah. Okay. So. I think we will start our day with going through the news on tabmedia.com. So go. Okay, so the headlines. So please, if you're not visiting this site on a daily basis, morning, afternoon, and night, man, you are missing a lot. You're missing so much, so much, so much, so much. So I think I will start with, if I have my way, to share my screen so that you can have a feel. You can have a feel of this website of ours, where you have a whole lot of news happening out there. So make it a habit. Morning, afternoon, and evening. And even before you go to bed, go out there and get that information that you need. Every day we assure you that you have enough information that will expand your horizon, that will expand your scope and give you more information about the happenings in Nigeria and everywhere around the world. Okay, so the headline that we have here is about the Nigerian presidential election. It says there is no president-elect. INEC decision will stand, per Adebanjo saying here. And in other news, we have President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu kicks against Zamfara and Kano attacks. Yeah, we already know what happened in Zamfara and Kano. In fact, something strange happened in Zamfara, and he went out just a couple of hours that the president-elect was announced. He went out to thank the people of Zamfara. Zamfara State's politics is quite dynamic, not just only dynamic, there is so much chaos with the politics happening out there. And what happened? The APC had to sheathe their sword because they had some tough times over there in Zamfara State. There were just too much of faction issues happening in APC Zamfara. But during the presidential election, they came together and they were able to vote in Ashiwaju, that's Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to become the winner of the presidential election in Zamfara State. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu is calling out Zamfara and Kano people to please, the attacks happening over there, that he does not embrace such attack. He's kicking against the attack and he's telling the people over there, take down your sword, don't fight, no more chaos out there, please. And in the second news, we have the PDP rejects the presidential and national assembly elections in Abia State. Wow. Well, there's a whole lot to talk about the Abia State election, okay? And one would be like the margin that the LP got over there in Abia State is frightening, okay? And Ipazo, that's the governor, has been, will I say, hot and cold about the matter, okay? And there's a whole lot happening out there. But yes, we also saw some videos about the people in Aba being frustrated about the beavers. On the election evening, when they were about to upload the results, it was just so difficult for the POs, that's the presiding officers, to key in the results into the beaver system. It never worked, and that caused so much troubles for the presiding officers. But it wasn't as deadly as it was in Lagos and in Rivers State. But a whole lot about the elections there. I think while we go into the discussion today, we will say so much about the Abia National Assembly elections. Yes. Then to the next news, we have Director General of VON urges Atiku to retire from politics honorably. Wow. When you get into the details, we shall find out, is this really the voice of Nigeria, that Director General that is saying this? Well, get in there and check that information. I'm so convinced that you make good of that information. Okay, we have police declare Ebonyi Abga governorship candidate wanted. And you ask, why would the police declare him wanted? Well, there is this report making rounds that the Abga Guba candidate in Ebonyi State masterminded the killing of the traditional ruler in Ebonyi State. It wasn't a cool news coming out from Ebonyi State just after the presidential election announcement that the notable and high-placed traditional icon was killed. He was murdered in his palace. And there are strong indications that that murder was caused because of political clash happening in Ebonyi State. Go in there, tabmedia.com, and go check out this news. Like I said, please, morning, afternoon, evening, that is a place to be. Tapmedia.com, that's your one-stop joint where you get valid information. And when you go even deeper, you get more information about health, about sports, entertainment, documentaries. Oh, there's a whole lot of information we have in that website. Okay, over 5,000 articles published. So go in there, vital information for you out there. Okay. And the next news, federal government seeks duty-free market access to the least developed countries. Well, um, whenever I see news like this, I remember Cross River State. Not just Cross River State, I remember Tinapa. I remember the plans of the then governor of Cross River. That is in the name of Donald Duke. That man came with so much innovation. But unfortunately, the leaders that followed suit never went, never, will I say, forwarded his plans for the people of Cross River and Nigeria at large. We know what happened with the Tinapa project, the billions that was spent. Yes, during his time, free trade and all that was just happening around that region, and it attracted a whole lot of investment, foreign direct investment, local investment. We were just trooping in. People were just going to Calabar and out. But what then happened? There was a deep dive, a downward dive for that matter, due to bad leadership. In fact, it got so bad that making road trips from Port Harcourt to Calabar was just it was a death trap for the Southerners, and not just the Southerners, but even when you're even making that trip from Ebonyi State, it was just so tough for Nigerians to get into Cross River, and that really hampered with the economic activities over there. So FG is seeking for duty-free market access to the least developed countries out there. Then we have the last news I'll talk about today. Anambra man allegedly strangles pregnant wife. Wow. One might find that funny, but on the other hand, it's not just that funny. It's not because this is trying times for for families right now. Okay, who might know? It might just be about naira. It might just be about economic hardship, or what have you. There are many things that can cause such issue, but we just pray that the law enforcement will make sure that they get the culprit that is involved, either culprit or culprits that might involve in this action. Okay, so that's that. I think we will have to head into the main topic of our day. Okay, while we wait for people to come in, somebody just sent a message. Let me respond to that message. Yes, please. Okay. So we start. Okay, now the winners and the losers of the National Assembly election. Okay, down the bottom line, you see the scroll. The scroll will have Nigeria 10th Senate results. Okay, well, I don't know whether that would be shocking for Nigerians, where we have the APC having 55, the PDP 33, LP 7, SDP 2, NMPP 2, YPP 1, ABGA 1, and we have 9 yet to be submitted. Okay, now let me start from that. So the National Assembly, in the Senate, we have 109 seats. And the APC so far, in as much as yes, 9 results has not been announced, but the APC have the 55 of those numbers. And what does that mean? It means that they have half of the numbers. So 55 times 2, we have 110, and we are talking about 109. So already they have half of the house. And what does that mean? It means that legislation might just go so easy from the antecedents that we have in Nigeria, that the ruling party, when they have the National Assembly, the majority number of the National Assembly members for them, it makes it easy for the executive to have its way during its reign. Okay. Now the APC have 55 and the PDP have 33. While the LP, in quote, the third force, yeah, that might not sound good to some persons out there, but yes, the thought force from the results that we have here, yeah, some person will be like, man, we don't understand that result. That result is not the true image of the election, of the presidential and the National Assembly election. But yeah, as it stands, with the records that we have here, it's showing that yes, the LP are third in position when you come. The implications. What are so some persons out there, some political analysts out there are saying that, see, if Peter Obi was announced as the president, will he just be working with just seven senators in the red chambers? How will he be able to push forth his agendas, his manifesto, his policies? How will that happen for him? But from the look of things, the LP just got about 7. For me, analytically, analyzing the whole matter, I think 7 is not a bad number for the LP. It's not a bad number for a political party that just got to its peak in the last 9 months. It is not easy. People out there, their fans out there, were thinking that they will have half of the seats. My brother, my sister, it is never easy. It is politics that we are talking about, okay? And politics in Nigeria is not an easy game, okay? So one might be like, okay, it is clear fact that the cries of the top politicians of the opposition, okay, that are saying the opposition of the LP, that have been saying that, see, LP has no structure, they cannot make it in, okay? But yeah, from the results that we have, yes, they might have a point. Personally, I think they might have a point when it comes down to the numbers that have been gotten with respect to the National Assembly. One might say, okay, yeah, the structure really did not really play good at them. That's the not having a structure. And when we also talk about them not having structure, when you also go to the agents, when you talk about the agents at the polling units, you find out that the LP, the Labour really lacked in numbers when you compare that with the PDP and when you compare that with the APC. But remember, Rome was not built in one day. For me, the LP have made their mark, they have made their point, and in the coming election, we shall also know what will happen with respect to that political party. But I also need to give kudos to the PDP. The PDP really fought. They fought, even with the G5. They fought their way in, and you just begin to wonder. Yes, in the southern part of the country, truth be told, that they really lost some numbers. Okay? They lost the numbers from Cross River. Mind you, Cross River already had the APC, the LP, and then the PDP. So they lost a whole number out there. What about Delta State? The Delta State, where they had their running mate in the name of the governor of Delta State, Ifeanyi Okowa. So for them to even lose in Delta State for the presidential, yes, they got some seats. They got some seats with respect to the National Assembly, but yeah, kudos to the PDP as far as I'm concerned. With the facts that came their way, them not being the ruling party, maintaining some numbers and getting 33 out of 109. That tells a lot, my brother. That tells a lot. That is almost 1/3 of the result, and maybe just about 30% of the results out there. So that's a good one for them. And for the APC, kudos, bravo to the APC for standing strong. I remember in 2015 the way the APC came in and just tumbled the system, tumbled it for the ruling party of that time, that's the PDP. But it is not still so easy for them, having the tribulation, the trials, the errors. We need to also mention that, okay? The downfalls that they had, the mismanagement of their let's say their leadership. Will I say the mismanagement of power? Yes, that's the right word out there. Personally, I think the APC mismanaged the power they had. And come to think of it, it has not been easy for them for the past 4 years, starting from 2020 when we had the NSAS movement, when Nigerians came out to cry out that the APC are not doing well with respect to policing, and not just policing, welfare of the people. Remember back in those days, it was very difficult for when the COVID hit Nigeria, it was difficult for the president to talk to his people. The president was also so sick that Nigerians were like, see, please, Mr. Man, if you cannot stay there, please leave. Leave it for Yemi Osibanjo. But yeah, we saw what happened around that time, and we saw Nigerians dying of hunger. But the government of APC, not just APC too, for the PDP too, they were just hoarding palliatives. Oh, it was just a sad one back then that Nigerians were crying for food. But these leaders, our so-called leaders, were hiding food in their warehouses, and those foods were spoiling. Oh, that is not the topic for today. So we have for the 10th assembly, we have mentioned those numbers: APC, PDP, and LP is logging it out. Yes, we also have to talk about the SDP. The SDP did some good. They did some good, very quiet, but they were able to get 2 senators. Okay, and the NNPP were able to also get 2 senators. Big kudos for them. Okay, and then we have the YPP. Whoa, YPP is still standing strong in the Nnewi, in Anambra. Okay, for the fact that Ifeanyi Oba would retain his seat with the YPP in Anambra State. The Anambra State that is being governed by Chief Soludo of Apuga have their stronghold in Anambra. And you have the LP having the numbers for the presidential election. Then, boom, YPP, the person of Ifeanyi Oba, is back again with YPP. I don't know how he's selling that. Even the logo is very difficult. If I ask Nigerians if they can describe the logo of YPP, I know, oh man, over 90% of Nigerians won't know what the logo looks like. But he got his numbers. Okay? Yes, I will not be also surprised if his victory, I mean, Ifeanyi Oba, Senator Ifeanyi Oba, his victory will be dragged, will be in the courts. I don't know about that. But yes, some people out there in Nnewi and its environment are also saying that, see, Ifeanyi Oba is really doing good around his region. He's bringing in projects. He's bringing out policies that will gainfully affect the people of Anambra State. Okay, so that is that. And we will not also forget about the results of the APC result in Abia State, where we had the person of the former governor of Abia State, Ojus Okalo, clinching the senatorial ticket in Abia State. That was just to that was when we start slicing that information, we have a lot to talk about. But let's move in about the numbers of the House of Representatives, where we have APC 139, we have the Labour Party having 29, and we have the SDP winning some lots. We have the YPP. Yeah, the YPP got two. They got two out of the numbers out there in Anambra State, meaning that and Ifanyoba came out tops. Then the representatives around his region, okay, of the YPP were able to get their numbers. But like I said, I think it might also be contested because when you go back down the number, you find out that the OB movement, they were really going out to thumbprint from top to bottom, meaning that as they were also thumbprinting for or casting their votes for P2B, they were also casting their votes for the other comrades that were gunning for representation, both for the red chambers and the green chambers. Yes. So top of the news today, we need to also talk about the winners and the losers of the election. First of all, we need to talk about the Okada rider in Kaduna. That man has made history. He has really made history. And the information out there is that Donatus, that's his name, Donatus Matthew from Kaduna, clinched the victory, to become the Federal House of Assembly member come May. No, that would be June. By June, they will be fully inaugurated. Mind you, May 29th will be the inauguration for the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So what happened in his case? Mind you, Kaduna is dynamic in its politics, where we have APC. Okay, APC is the ruling party in Kaduna. Remember El-Rufai. El-Rufai having his stronghold in Kaduna, but the Labour Party, they were able to get a seat, at least out there, for the Okada man to win the seats out there in Kaduna State. What about the insinuations? Not just insinuations. What about people talking about not just having an Okada man out there? Okay, there are clamors that the Labour Party might just be producing quacks. People are like, many of these guys that these smaller parties in quotes, are saying that could it just be that they are bringing in illiterates? Well, let me put some quotes to that word illiterates, okay? Because it is there by the law that once you are done with your high school, that is secondary school, you're good to go. So far, you are not sending out forged documents. So far, you're not bringing out a degree certificate that is forged, which those matters like that in a dynamic election like this, matters like that, or forged document might just surface. It might just surface. Anything can happen in Nigerian politics. Let's not also forget David Lyon of Bayelsa State. What happened to him? Document upon document, academic document, and people were like, had he been your deputy and yourself, you guys just came out to say, we are not bringing out our degree certificates. Okay, let it just be about high school certificates, your WAEC and your NECO. Just avoid this scrutiny of our results, and lo and behold, it was fake. So I strongly believe, yes, I will use that word. I'll strongly believe, because let's not forget that about 20 years ago, Nigerians, well, will I call them our fathers? Or not just our fathers, my mates, from my mates upwards, one will say that they were really, really buying forged certificates. I need to spell that out. It was in rampant back in those days than now. Now, technology makes things difficult for these guys. Not that they don't find their ways around it, but see, it was just so rampant back then, because back then it was just get a certificate. So far, an artist can just do that work for you. Come on, you carry it and you move out. Nobody will question you, okay? Unless you are going into you're going to get a job in a very highly placed private company. Okay, many a times the government agencies don't go out there to check these certificates. Yeah, but yeah, that's what happened out there. That's what happened out there. So big congratulations to the LP House of Rep candidate. Well, he's not yet a member until he's been sworn in. Okay, so big ups to him, and advise him, please, if there are areas that you need to go and brush up, my brother, you still have the time. Okay, you still have the time. Go and embrace the constitution of the country. Go and embrace some books, some legal books, because see, you cannot just go out there and waste people's time and waste people's efforts. Okay, so Mr. Donatus, if you're out there, make good use of these opportunities, and big congratulations to you and your Okada riders that came forward to celebrate the victory with you. Kudos out there. Kudos out there. So we have the news about, we're still talking about the winners right here. Okay, so we talk about El Rufai and his son Bello Rufai. So it's no longer news out there that our politicians, they just want to throw in their children. Okay, they want to throw them in so that they will follow the footsteps of their parents. Okay, so that happened in Kaduna State. Okay, well, something else, something to take note of is that he defeated a 4-time House of Representative member. So from one side, you'd be like, oh, why would El-Rufai be bringing out his child? Is that fair? That's not fair. Okay. On the other side, you'd be like, why will one person be there for 4 times? Is that your father's property? Yeah, but the person will be like, oh, come to think of it, the people that we bought this democracy for, or will I say bought, or will I say they gave us the democracy free of charge? Well, the people that we mirror the democracy from, in their own climb, you will see some persons 7-time assembly member. Okay, so 4-time, but in Nigeria, 4-time means a lot, my brother. It is not your father's property. It is turn by turn. After all, the APC presidential candidates made it known, Emilokon, it's my turn. So, and it worked for him. So the 4-time representative member, I'm sorry, the young man Bello has come for you, and he took the prize. So I just pray that Bello will be able to do his bidding out there, make his mark, and bring out policies that will help the nation. Nigeria is in its lowest at this time, proper representation. Then we'll also talk about, this particular topic is not just about one particular person. It's about a region. And that region is Etiosa Federal Constituency. Etiosa. That is a huge topic out there. So what happened in Etiosa? The like of Banky W lost. So sad for him. And remember, Etiosa is the hub of entertainment. My brother, not just in Nigeria, and not just in West Africa. Etiosa is the hub of entertainment and creatives. I need to put that. And creatives in Africa. Many people you see in Netflix, as in Nigerians in Netflix, the hub of these transactions happen in Etiosa. Both their houses, their business centers, their business areas, their investment is just around that region. And Etiosa, that's where we have Lekki, the renowned Lekki. That is where it is. So what happened? Banky W, mind you, back in those days, I think he was in YPP. Please, I'll check my facts. Or he was in YPP, I think. And he lost 4 years ago. And people were like, come on, what are you doing there? What are you doing with YPP? Leave YPP. Had it been you were in PDP, you could have slugged it out with these APC people. Move. My brother Banky W moved to PDP. Hey, but lo and behold, the labor movement came. And I tell you, this labor movement, the focal point, I must say, is at Etiosa. Because the NSAS movement happened, and I must say, many people joined the labor movement via the NSAS gate. And yes, some persons left the NSAS movement and joined the APC. But what am I saying? The NSAS movement created more, will I say, allegiance or more classifications of people in politics. So people moved different ways from the NSAS. The opposition got their own. The PDP got their own numbers too. But I think the major winner here is LP. That's the Labour Party. So what happened to Banky W? Even with the canvassing by top artists like Toke Makinwa. Toke Makinwa really supported Banky W. But what then happened? The LP candidate just came, sararam, and swept it. And it was just a big loss for Banky W. I don't know how he's going to come out of it. But yeah, that's politics for you. Politics is tough. Do you have the mind? Do you have the wit? Do you have the coverage? Do you have the liver to play politics? My brother, my sister, woman, a whole lot is happening in the lives of our entertainers that joined politics, both the last dispensation and now. Unfortunately, many lost it. Well, I just pray that some persons will get in there. Not just get in there because you are an entertainer. Please, you must have value. You must have the prerequisite to represent. You have those things that are needed for you to represent your constituency and Nigeria at large, because this is not just about your own people. It's not about you bringing in projects to your people. It's about making sound policies that will help and improve the lives of every Nigerian. So it's a tough one for Banky W, because politics, the money that these guys spend, the monies that they spend, and come to think of it, Banky W really engaged. He really moved in there and had his door-to-door campaigns, spent so much. Oh, what about the printing materials, my brother? So tough. So yeah. Then we need to also talk about moving forward. We need to talk about the big news happening in the Southeast. That news caused a whole lot of jubilation and sadness and crying and weeping. That news is coming from a family of politicians. And that is the Orji family. Not the Ojo Zokalo family, but the Theodore That's the T.A. Oje's family. So that was a double loss for them, because the father, will I say the father or will I say the son? But yes, T.A. Oji, the former governor of Abia State, lost. He lost, and his son joined him in the loss. What happened? His son, who happened to be the Speaker of the State House of Assembly in Abia State, had to leave that level. How can I be ordinary State Assembly member? So he moved ahead. He moved further to a House of Representatives. I know by now some politicians that lost either the Senate will be like, why didn't I go down to House of Representatives? It could have been easier for me. Then some might be like, why did I leave my comfort zone as State Assembly member to go for federal representative, then losing? A whole lot going through the minds of people right now, through the minds of politicians that have lost. But that's politics for you. You win and you lose. So to the family of T.A. Oji, well, the El-Rufai thing did not work for you. And when I say El-Rufai thing, because I see El-Rufai as somebody that if the APC sustains it beyond May 29, as in, I mean, the the president-elect, if he sustains it till May 29, my brother, it will be so glaring that El-Rufai will be gifted. Will I say gifted? Or will be ceded a position, a very mouth-watering position, come the next administration in this country. So guys, I think that will be all for today. That will be all for today. I hope you enjoyed this time out at the political joint. So please do well to click the like button. And please, if you have not subscribed, my brother, what are you waiting for? You need to encourage us, okay? So please, click that subscribe button and please share our content. Because people are out there looking out for content like this. So please share it out. The political show is here for you. The political show is here to dish out information. And mind you, this is an interactive show. So please, next time, I hope that we'll have more persons that will join us and bring up their comments. More people that will come out and share their views to these topics. Look at the topics that we've shared today. So please, stay unlocked, stay with Staff TV. And mind you, this weekend, a whole lot of information. I hope you enjoyed what happened 2 weekends ago when we beamed live what was happening in different areas in Nigeria whereby election was being held. People were reacting. Oh, there was a lot we did back then, okay? We were able to share out information, share out security numbers for people that needed them, share out vital information of contacting your parties, both LP, okay? This time around, both LP, both the PDP, both the APC, we are here on this desk to make sure that we deliver fight and highly needed information come this weekend when we'll be having the gubernatorial elections and the state assembly elections. So please, like I said, click that like button, click that subscribe button if you have not subscribed. Oh, what about the notification button? Click that notification so that anytime we post a video, it will be banging on your phone and you'll be able to access our files. Okay, so thank you very much for today, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Thank you, and thank you very much. Bye.